Welcome back, friends. Let me share the screen first. Good afternoon, friends. Now the next 1.5 to 2 hours is going to be very, very important because we are going to deal with bond valuation on fixed income securities. As mentioned to you yesterday, that this topic, yesterday we did option valuation, which carries 7 plus 6, 13 marks minimum. Today we are going to see bond valuation, which will be again 7 plus 6, 13 marks. So 13 plus 13, 26 marks. Apart from this, your intangible asset, that will carry a minimum of 7. So 13 plus 13 plus 7. So it is 33 marks put together. So it's a very, very important coverage. And I wish each and every one of you pay your complete attention and also interact in between also. So now this is your syllabus on bond valuation. Types of fixed income securities. The categories of fixed income securities like debt and preference. Hope everybody are in mute model. Okay, right. Thank you. Now the various types of debt instruments like sovereign securities, state and local government bonds, state government agency bonds, corporate debt securities, corporate bonds, money market securities, all this stuff. And terms used in fixed income securities like par value, coupon rate, issuer, holder, clean price, dirty price, YTM, YTP, YTC, forward rate, spot rate, and bond duration, the Macaulay duration, modified duration, and effective duration, key duration. We'll be doing questions on this, arithmetic on this, credit rating of bonds, embedded options for holder and issuer, how the calculation will be done with respect to the various options given in the bond, the derivative products like swaps and various like your interest rate swap and currency swap. Questions will be based on that, concept questions. And FIMDA circulars, very important. Please look at this. The related fixed income money market derivative association of India circulars for non-SLR bonds, traded bonds, non-traded bonds, and non-traded bonds not rated, FR bonds, staggered redemption bonds. Sometimes they can even ask, what is it staggered redemption bonds? Perpetual bonds, deep discount bonds, bonds with call put option, tax-free bonds, security receipts. There is SR and PTC. Okay, so all this stuff, how the valuation will be done. Now, let me tell you one very important link to all of you, that this link, please look at this. This is a link where fixed income securities, the most frequently asked questions is available here. This is a very good material. and this is available in the site of FIMDA. FIMDA is actually an organization. I'll just show you about them. They have their headquarters in Bombay. Yeah. So, this is about FIMDA. This is a Section 25 company. They incorporated on 4th of May 1998. It is actually a voluntary body, but today they are a tier 2 regulator. You have a tier 1 regulator, RBI. So below that you have a tier 2 regulator, which is FIMDA, Fixed Income Money Market Derivatives Association of India. It is an association of scheduled commercial bank, public financial institution, primary dealers, insurance companies. Everybody, they are the members here. So all banks are members of this. Foreign banks, private sector banks, cooperative banks, insurance companies, public financial institutions. So everybody, they are part of, they are shareholder here. And even private sector banks such as membership includes nationalized bank like State Bank subsidiary and other national private sector banks like ICICI, HDFC, IDBI, foreign banks like American Bank, ABN AMRO, then financial institutions like IDFC, Exim Bank, NABARD, insurance company like LIC, ICICI Prudential, and all primary dealers, they are all members of FIMDA. So that means the entire money market hub is here. So that's FIMDA. And FIMDA issues annually one letter. It is actually a valuation, what do you say, a direction. It's like a notice. So every year they issue that letter where the guideline with respect to valuation of money market instruments is given there. And we are actually central auditors of Bank of Maharashtra. So there are various departments in a bank. One of the very important department is the Treasury Department. And Treasury Department is the department where the surplus money will be kept in very important places. You can't keep the bank money in stock market. So, and apart from that, you have to invest some percentage in. So, point to be noted that these banks, especially the treasury departments, they have to value their investments and present it in their financial statements. So on what basis? Do they present it in cost approach? Then it becomes historical cost. So FIMDA issues, FIMDA is actually whatever the circular issued by FIMDA, it is RBI circular. So RBI doesn't issue a circular. So RBI is some of the RDs are executive directors of FIMDA also. So RBI is also representative of FIMDA. And instead of RBI issuing a circular, it is FIMDA issues a circular, which has to be followed by all these institutions with respect to their. And banks and insurance companies, they don't follow NDAs. For your information, there is no NDAs applicability as of today. But as of 1st of April 2019, they should have been implemented. That is deferred for 1 year. By 1 year, Corona came. So again, it will be deferred only. So please wait for some time that you will get a notification. But until such time, FIMDA circular has to be followed. So that is why FIMDA circular is there in your syllabus. And the FIMDA circular link also I have given here. This is one more Reserve Bank of India's this is one particular circular issued by Reserve Bank of India, which is a prudential norms for classification, valuation, and operations of investment portfolio by banks. Now, an extension of this is given here. I will show you that. This is an FAQ given by Reserve Bank of India with respect to commercial paper. So this FAQ also please go through, and you should also go through the FIMDA circular. This is the FIMDA circular. This is the FIMDA circular which will be issued every year. 31st March 2020 they have issued recently. And this is with respect to valuation of investments. So every member of FIMDA, they are supposed to follow this. So in accordance with the RBI instructions dated 1st July 2015. So this is that instruction. 1st July 2015. As per this instruction, FIMDA has given this yearly circular. So FIMDA jointly with PDI. PDI is actually a Primary Dealers Association of India. So please look at this. So this is Primary Dealers Association of India. So they are also a Section 25 company, and they have their office at Volta's house in Mumbai 1. Okay, so they are also member of PDI is also a member of Primary Dealers of Money Markets. Okay, so they are also members of FIMDA. So FIMDA jointly with the PDI, they publish this price or rates for valuation of government securities, bonds, debentures, and swaps. These are called as fixed income securities, for your information. Government securities, bonds, debentures, swaps. These are called fixed income securities. Now, as the name suggests, there will be a fixed return. So, unlike your equity shares where the returns are variable based on, or sometimes no return, but here the returns are fixed. So, that is why the term is called fixed income securities. So, these four are fixed income securities. FIMDA also issues guidelines clarification at periodical intervals in respect of methodology to be followed for valuation. So that is why this is also included in your syllabus. Good. Now let's go into the subject one by one. Okay. So this is the master circular. I showed you that. FIMDA FAQ, I showed you that. Please read all this. It will be very, very useful. Okay. So this chapter will carry minimum of 7 marks, and these are the, in short, what is the syllabus is all about. Now let me go one by one quickly. Okay, and please understand what is fixed income securities. Already I gave you the example. This is a type of debt instrument. Okay, so not equity, that provides returns in the form of regular or fixed. So it need not be yearly. It can be monthly. It can be semi-annum. Okay, it can be quarterly also. And repayment of principal and the security reaches maturity. So this is the simplest form of definition of a fixed income security. And who are all the guys who will issue fixed income security? Everyone. So it's not only government, it's also the companies. And generally, typically, yeah. So typically, your fixed income securities will be either short term, means less than 5 years, medium term means 5 to 10 years, long term means more than 10 years. So this is the universe of fixed income securities. Okay. So with this, let me take you to the first one. Who regulates Indian G-Sec and debt market? Any idea? Who regulates Indian? G-Sec means government securities and debt market. So I'm not getting any answers. Is it Reserve Bank of India? SEBI? Oh, very good. So we're getting different answers. Good. Please look at this question. So who regulates Indian G-Sec and debt market? It is Reserve Bank of India is the main regulator of money market. RBI controls and regulates G-Sec market. SEBI is the regulator of Indian corporate market. So corporate debt market, Indian corporate debt market. So please look at this. If it is generally debt market, it is RBI. If it is Indian corporate debt market, it is SEBI. So please be clear with this distinction between these two. So answer is 1B. You have the answer everywhere. Okay, so don't go by any textbook answers. Answers as given by Reserve Bank of India, FIMDA is final. Because Reserve Bank of India and FIMDA are the tier 1, tier 2 regulators. They are regulators. FIMDA is an agency of RBI. So therefore, they are also a deemed regulator. Very important. The yield return is derived by the investor on purchase of an instrument. Which is calculated by dividing the coupon rate by the purchase price for the bond. It is called the current yield. What do you mean by current yield? Current yield means for the year, for 1 year, what does the yield means in the numerator? Yield is always in percentage. So numerator will be return, denominator will be investment. So numerator will be coupon. Coupon means interest. Denominator is the investment. Investment is your purchase price. So how much you have paid denominator, how much you are going to get returned to your pocket. So that is in the numerator. So that is called current yield. Okay. And current yield, you may get a question from current yield. Okay, very important. So answer is 2B. Good. So next. Now, which is an indicator of the ability? I think this is a very, very interesting question. So I'm sure you will be carried away by the terms, but let me see who gives me an optimum answer. What is an indicator of the ability of the issuer? Issuer means always the company. Okay. So there are two guys. Issuer is the company, holder is the guy who is holding the investments. Okay. Issuer, he will issue the investments or the securities. Holder will hold the securities or he will invest the securities. So what is an indicator of the ability of the issuer of the fixed income securities to pay back his obligation? The dash, again, credit worthiness or solvency of the fixed income securities is usually assessed by independent agencies. Wow. I'm not going to give the answer. Solvency. Harshit Daral says solvency. Subbu says solvency. Okay. So which is the right answer? Credit worthiness and credit rating. Oh my God. 3D is credit worthiness. 3A is credit rating. There is only one answer. Rohit Dhar. Credit rating. Rajesh Jain. Okay, good. So please look here. This is very important. Please look at this. Credit quality is the indicator of the ability of the issuer of the fixed income securities to pay back his obligation. The credit quality of fixed income securities is usually assessed by independent credit rating agency, and what they give is called credit rating. But credit quality is assessed. Credit quality is only assessed. Credit rating is not assessed. Please look at the word. Okay. So dash of the fixed income securities is usually assessed by independent agency. Credit quality. So answer is very important. It is 3B. Okay. That is why the meaning is you have to be very, very strong in the concepts. I repeat, you have to be strong in concepts. Okay. Good. Next. Now, please understand that you generally have this a bond. A bond is actually a debt instrument where you will have an interest. So, for example, there's a 5-year period. Yearly, the interest is given. In between 2 years, in between two interest dates, the holder is interested to sell. Now, 3 months is over. He's going to sell it. Now, when he is going to sell, he is going to offer a price. The holder is going to offer a price. Is that offer including the 3-month interest or excluding the 3 months interest? If it is including the 3-month interest, it is called dirty price. If it is excluding the 3-month interest, it is called clean price. So that X interest, cum interest concept is called as, cum interest is called dirty price, X interest is called clean price. So now let's see this question. This is a very important question, guys. RBA commercial paper. Please look at this. RBA. Please look at this. This is a very, very important question. And based on this, I'm going to ask. As per the RBI, commercial paper can be issued for a maximum duration of. What will be the answer? 1 year. Rajesh Jain says 1 year. Good. Any other answer? 1 year. Subbu says 1 year. This, you have to read all the answers. So that is why I gave this. Don't go by the answer. You have to read all ABCD. Now please read this. I will ask Subbu. Where is Subbu? Subbu?
Yes, sir.
Kindly unmute and please read this. 7th question.
What is the minimum and maximum period of maturity prescribed for commercial paper?
Now from which site you are reading this?
RBI.
RBI. Very good. Go ahead.
Commercial paper can be issued for maturities between a minimum of 7 days and a maximum of up to 1 year from the date of issue.
This is plain vanilla Bollywood style movie. Now Maniratna movie will come after that.
However, the maturity date of the commercial paper should not go beyond the date up to which the credit rating of the issuer is valid.
So the credit rating, he will say, no, you are a very poor guy. Don't issue for 1 year. You should only issue for 4 months. Okay, so very important. Now please read this question, Mr. Subbu. Entire question you have to read. Please read.
As per RBI, commercial paper can be issued for the maximum duration of 1 year, 3 years, the date up to which the credit rating of the issuer is valid, 274 days.
Which is the right answer?
C.
See, that's over. See, the perspective changes. Very good. Thank you. Now, look at this. FIMDA circular. What is FIMDA circular? This is FIMDA circular. Here, FIMDA, they speak about certificate of deposit. Look at certificate of deposit. Now, let me ask Gaurav Kumar Maheshwari. Please unmute. Gaurav Kumar Maheshwari. I think we know what Gaurav Kumar has done. Sorry, Amit Agarwal ji.
Yes, sir.
Please read this para. What are certificate of deposits? This is very important para.
What are certificates of deposits?
Amit ji, which site from which you are studying this?
Sir, FIMDA.
FIMDA. Very good. Please read.
Certificate of deposits are short-term borrowing in the form of usance promissory notes having a maturity of not less than 15 days.
Please remember, there RBI said commercial paper minimum duration is
7 days.
Certificate of deposit minimum duration is 15 days. Up to maximum 1 year. Both are same. Maximum is 1 year.
In this 15 days.
15 days. Continue. Continue.
CD is subject to payment of stamp duty under Indian Stamp Act 1899, Central Act. They are like bank term deposit account. Unlike traditional time deposits, these are freely negotiable instruments and are often referred to as negotiable certificate of deposit.
It is negotiable instrument. So now please read this question, Amit ji. Please read.
As per FIMDA, what is the minimum maturity of certificate of deposits? Certificate of deposits are short-term borrowing in the form of usance promissory notes.
Which is what are the options?
So 3 days, 7 days, 15 days, and 30 days.
Which is the right answer?
So 15 days.
That's all over. Okay, so please look at it. You have to see whether CP or CD. CP means 7 days. CD means 15 days. Good. Now I think all of you can answer this question. What is the price of a bond excluding interest? Excluding interest is clean price. So 6B. What is the price of the bond including the interest? Including the interest is dirty price. So 7A. Now let's move to the next question. FIMDA circular. FIMDA circular. This is the letter. This is the letter. Okay. Now let me ask Surender Pratap Shahi.
Sir.
Yeah. Can you read this paragraph? This paragraph alone.
In accordance with the RBI instructions, as enriched in their master circular number DVR number BPBC 6/21 4141/2015-2016, dated 1st July 2015, FIMDA jointly with PDAI publishes prices rates for valuation of government securities, bond, debentures, and swaps. FIMDA also issues guideline clarifications at periodical interval in respect of the methodology to be followed for valuation.
So now, what is the expansion for PDAI? Primary Dealers Association of India. Okay, good. Now, Surendra Pratap Sahi, can you read this question? 8th question.
Yes, sir. The valuation of investment circular issued by the FIMDA publishes the price rates for valuation of government securities, bonds, debentures, and swaps. Second, issues guidelines, clarifications at periodical intervals in respect of the methodology to be followed for valuation. C, both A and B. D, either A or B.
Which is the right answer?
B.
It is not. D means Delhi.
B. B.
B means Bombay.
Yes, sir.
Then A is not the answer. Please read this first line. What is the first line?
In accordance with RBI instructions,
Highlight alone.
FIMDA jointly with PDAI publishes prices rates for valuation of government securities, bonds, debenture, and swaps.
So they also publish price rates for valuation of government securities, bonds, debentures, and swaps.
Yes, sir.
So which is the right answer? D. Because both A and
Yes,
B.
sir.
Both
A and B. Yes, sir.
C is the answer, not D. C is the answer. Please be careful. It gives both. Okay. So both A and B. Now, as per the valuation of investment circular issued by FIMDA, Treasury bill. Now, please look at this. This is Treasury bill. Treasury bill will be valued at carrying cost. Carrying cost means book value. It will be valued at carrying cost. So 9A. Then, as per evaluation of investment circular issued by FIMDA, all central government securities which qualify for SLR as well as which do not qualify for SLR will be valued. So, central government security GSEC for SLR and non-SLR. So, please look at this. Please look at this. All central government securities who qualify for SLR as well as which do not qualify for SLR will be valued as per prices yields published by FBIL. Published by. Now please look at this. FBIL is what? FBIL is a company. All of you please note, FBIL is a company. Please look at this. What is FBIL? Who is FBIL? Look at. Sorry. This is the name of the company, FBIL. FBIL is actually promoted by FIMDA only. It is Financial Benchmarks India Private Limited. Okay, Financial Benchmarks India Private Limited. So they only have promoted this. I think it's. And look at this. FBIL takes over from FIMDA for valuation of the government securities. This is a news item. Please read this news item. Aram say later. FBIL takes over from FIMDA for valuation of GSEC. Okay. So FBIL is actually a company promoted by FIMDA. Reserve Bank of India has appointed the Financial Benchmark of India for valuation of portfolio of GSEC, which earlier was used to be done by FIMDA. So that is another separate agency. Even though it is a private limited company, it is an agency appointed by Reserve Bank of India, and FBIL is a company promoted by FIMDA only. Okay, the promoter is FIMDA. So, which is the right answer? FBIL, Financial Benchmark. Okay, so what is it? Financial Benchmark India Private Limited. So 10D. Now, as per the valuation of investment circular issued by FIMDA, commercial paper and certificate of deposit. Okay. Look at this. So, commercial paper and certificate of deposit. Commercial paper and certificate of deposit, generally they have a tenor less than 1 year. Should be valued at carrying cost. That means book value. So, we need not do any separate valuation. Book value itself is done. So, book value. So, carrying cost. So, 11A. So, but there are certain, none of the, nowhere they have, does any of the things we should value at fair value? No fair value. For your kind information, so far FIMDA hasn't given any circular that investment should be valued at fair value. Okay, so that is why, that means Ind AS is not applicable. So it will be either carrying cost or maturity cost. Okay, so anything it will come. So very interesting. But now next is, as per the valuation of investment circular, security receipts will be valued at. So SR. Security receipts. And PTC. This is also forming part of your syllabus itself, it is given there. So security receipts and pass-through certificate issued by reconstruction company or securitization company will be valued as per NAV given by the respective reconstruction company or securitization company. So SR will be valued at carrying cost, maybe, maturity cost, maybe, but NAV given by the issuing reconstruction company or securitization company. So answer is C. Well, C. Good. Valuation of SLR and non-SLR bonds shall be made by, as per the valuation investment circular, issued and prepared yearly, issued and updated yearly by. Who will issue that and who will update yearly? It is only FIMDA, because the letter is given by FIMDA. Okay. The same question was ulta. FIMDA circular, SLR and non-SLR bond, how will you value it? Carrying cost. That is also given. Valuation of SLR, non-SLR bond shall be made as per the valuation investment circular issued and updated yearly by FIMDA. So 13B.
Sir, what are security receipts?
Okay. Security receipts are, for example, I will get a lot of receipts, receivables. So, say I am a housing finance company. Okay. So I will be having a lot of receivables because I given loan, I will get a lot of receivables. Now, I already have invested 500 crores, entire 500 crores I given loan. Now it has to come back. Now, once I've done a business of 500 crores, so the money is there in the market, it has to come. So I have come to the brim. Now, can I go beyond my business? Can I actually expand my business? I don't have money to actually give loans. So then what to do? Simple. These receivables, monthly receivables, I will actually pledge it with, or I will actually refinance it. It's very similar to refinancing. So where I'll issue the security receipts. So whatever receipts I'll be getting, that I will convert into a document that's called SR, security receipts. And based on security receipts, I'll get a, a funding. So that funding, how will I repay? Whatever the yearly, month, periodical returns I will get, the loan repayables what I will get, that will be the repayable for the refinance what I have done. So I don't want to call it as a refinance. I'll call it as security receipts. So I'll issue security receipts, get a loan, and that I will use it for further expansion of my business. So on what basis he will give me a loan to me? I have already given everything to the market. So on the receivables, future receivables, he will give me SR. So that is SR. Good. So next, so 13 is over. Good. Now look at Camel. There is a question on Camel. Now Camel is actually a rating system for financial institutions. Okay, Camel is a rating system. So please look at this, guys. This is called Camel's rating in India. Please look at this. This is a rating system based on 6 critical elements of a financial institution's operations. So what are those 6? Capital adequacy, asset quality, management, earnings, liquidity, sensitivity. And these are all the weightage that is given for the various factors. Camels are called the factors based on which ratings will be given for the financial institutions. So this is a rating done in India. Camel's rating system is based on evaluation of 6 critical factors of a financial institution's parameter. Financial institution, they will rate us. Now, who will rate financial institution? So, which is the best bank? Which is the best housing finance company? So that rating system is called Camels. Okay. So, Camels. Capital adequacy, asset quality, management, earnings, liquidity, sensitivity. Now, please answer this question. What Camel stands for? Capital adequacy. So I think that adequacy is not there. So the word capital is there. What is A? A is asset quality. Okay. Asset. M means management. Economic. Liability, sensitivity. Liability is not there. License is not there. Liquidity is there. Okay. Susceptibility is not there. Sensitivity is there. So answer is D. So capital adequacy, asset quality, management, then earnings, then liquidity, then sensitivity. So answer is D. So 14D. Ah, 14D. Very good. Now there are various types of bonds. So from which there can be 1 mark question. And remember, those bonds which are not rated, credit rating is not given. They are highly risky bonds. Second, they will give huge returns because unrated. It is called unrated bonds or not rated bonds or poorly rated bonds. So then how that bond will sell? Only by giving a huge returns. So bonds which have not been given credit rating or given poor rating, but they offer higher returns. They are called junk bonds. Okay. So 15B. They are called junk bonds. Good. Next. Which is the first credit rating agency of India? Please look at this. the first credit rating agency in India, CRISIL. So they were promoted by ICICI Limited along with the Unit Trust of India. So they were the first credit rating agency in our country. Okay, so CRISIL. Okay. They have their headquarters at Mumbai, comprising 60% of the market share. It was established in 1987, and the full form of CRISIL is Credit Rating Information Services of India Limited. So that is your first credit rating agency. So 16C, CRISIL. Now, please look at this, which is a high risk, high yield bond. High yield bond rated below investment grade. That means poorly rated. The moment it is high risk, high yield, poorly rated, not rated, it is called junk bond. Junk bond is here. So I think you have to go with income bond. What is income bond? Income bond, only when you have a return you will pay. Generally, fixed income securities, you have to pay return. But income bond will give a rider. What the rider? Bond has its interest payment contingent upon sufficient earnings. Only if it is there, the earnings returns will be assured. Otherwise, no. That is what it's called income bond. Contingent upon income, the returns will be there. So 17C. 17C. So 18, I will come after doing some arithmetic. So please wait for some time. 19 also I will come. So 18, 19 and all I will come after doing an arithmetic. 20 also I will come after doing an arithmetic. Now let's do some derivative questions. So what is an interest rate swap? What is a currency swap? There can be a question on this. Please look at this interest rate swap. Originally, A had a liability called fixed liability, and B had a liability called floating liability. Now there is a, I want to convert. Generally, what is swap? I go to a restaurant, I sit for it, I order for a tiffin, I order for masala dosa. There is a guy who is sitting opposite to me. He has ordered a puri, and puri is coming, fluffy puri, hot puri is coming, and it is served. At that time only, I actually think, oh my God, I should have also ordered puri. I ordered masala dosa. My hot masala dosa will come. The opposite guy, after seeing my plate masala dosa, he will worry. I should have ordered masala dosa instead of puri. So we have ordered for one, but what we prefer is another thing. So life is like that. So you will actually buy something, and there is something better model is there. Now, then is there a possibility to swap our masala dosa for puri? Same logic will apply even for a financial contract. I already have a fixed liability. A. Now, how do I convert a fixed liability into a floating liability? I'll enter into a swap. This floating and fixed contract will be called as a swap. This is a simultaneous contract. Okay. For a notional principal, which will be lent by A and borrowed by A. For the notional principal which I have lent, I'll receive fixed interest. For the notional principal I have borrowed, I will pay floating interest. Now please take this 3 and find the net. For green is in, red is out. So this green fixed and that is called plus fixed and minus fixed will nullify, and minus floating. So that means originally my minus floating now has become, original minus fixed has now become minus floating, because all the 3 transactions you net it, minus fixed plus fixed, it gets nullified, and you have a minus floating. What was your original cash flow? Minus fixed. So by entering into a swap contract, your fixed liability is converted to a floating liability. So that is why it is called as an interest rate swap contract. Now, in interest rate swap contract, you need to understand that the principles are not exchanged between the A and the financial institutions, only interest is exchanged. So principal is a notional amount. So an interest rate swap type of derivative in which two counterparties agree to exchange one stream of future interest payment for another based on specified principal amount, which is hypothetical. Specified principal amount, whether principal will be exchanged, no. So at the beginning and at the end also, it will only be journal entry. There is no actual transfer of the principal amount. So that's what it says here. Please look. What is a forward contract in which one stream of future interest payment is exchanged for another based on notional? The moment notional principal is there, it is interest rate swap. So 22B. Okay. So 21 also I will. 21 I think we can. 21 also I'll discuss later. Okay. All this 4 I'll discuss a little later. I'll do an arithmetic and I'll come back. Now, which is an agreement in which two parties exchange the principal amount? Please look at this. Two parties exchange the principal amount. Therefore, it is not an interest rate swap. And the interest in one currency of the principal and interest in another currency. So here it is currency swap. So where there will be a liability for me, I would have borrowed in Australian dollar. So my liability will be in Australian, interest will be in Australian dollar. But I want that to be converted to a Singapore dollar. So another guy who would have borrowed in Singapore dollar, he wants to exchange to Australian dollar. Then financial institution will arrange for a currency swap. Okay. So that is called currency swap 23C. Good. Now bonds with embedded options. We call this as embedded bonds. Okay. I'll come to this. So 24 is an arithmetic. 25 is an arithmetic. 26 is an arithmetic. 27 is an arithmetic. Where you have 27A, 27B, 27C is there, and 27D is there. I'll come for this. We have an yield curve. 28 is there. That also I will do after doing the arithmetic. Now this bond, embedded bond. Please look at this. What is an embedded bond with an embedded option? The bond is for a period of 5 years. But after 3 years, the issuer can call the bond anytime before the expiry and he can redeem the bond. So such a bond we call it as bond with the embedded option. And that option is a call option. So call option is with the holder. I mean, not with the holder, but with the issuer. Issuer can call and he buy the bond and he can redeem the bond. So sometimes it will be a put option bond also. That means the option will be with the respective holder. So the holder can actually, after 3 years, can sell the bond to the company, and anytime from 3rd year to 5th year, he can sell the bond. So that is a bond with a put option or a call option. We call it as a bond with option or an embedded option. So which is a bond? So yesterday we did option. So today we are doing bond. So an option with a bond with an option. So which is the provision in a bond that gives either the issuer or the holder the right to take action in future? So an embedded option. Okay. So of course it will be a callable option, bond, puttable option by any one, but we call that as a embed in option in a bond. It is embedded, a bond with an embedded option. So 29B. Okay. So 30 also I will do after the arithmetic. 31 also I have to do after the arithmetic. And spot rate, forward rate, 32 also I will do after the arithmetic. Now what is deep discount bond? So zero coupon bond and deep discount bond, please understand, both are very close, very, very close, but there is a fundamental difference between both. So what is it? A deep discount bond, zero coupon bonds, and similar in the sense that both instruments do not pay coupon interest. So in that sense, both are similar. In that sense, both are similar. But generally, deep discount bonds, it will be long term. I repeat, deep discount bond generally will be long term. That means more than 10 years. So 15 years, 20 years, like that. So, and why it is called deep discounter? So the par value will be 100 and it will be discounted at say 40 rupees or 45 rupees. It is issued at 55 rupees and redeemed at 100. So the difference of 45 is actually your financial return. So for 55 investment, you are getting 45 return. So sometimes it is more higher the period, it will be issued at 30 rupees and redeemed at 100. So 70 is your interest. So generally it will be like that. So that is why it's called deep discount. Okay. And zero coupon bonds. Zero coupon bonds and deep discount bonds, both they don't pay periodical interest. Now, one more version of this. The difference between the issue price and face value is treated as the interest in the case of deep discount bond, while the same difference is treated as capital gains in the case of zero coupon bonds. This is one version of treating the, that is the difference between a zero coupon bond and deep discount bond. But that is not the only, maybe this is one interpretation, but I don't agree with this interpretation. But this interpretation also you can have it as a learning part. Okay. But my only point which I want to drive you here is generally zero coupon bond is a is an instrument which is issued. I repeat, it is an instrument which is issued for a particular purpose. What is a particular purpose? I'm not able to pay periodical interest because I'm going to take your money, I'm going to invest in a project. That project will take minimum 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years to get cash flows. So in that period, you should not ask interest. Where will I have your money? I'm going to invest money. So therefore, I'll only issue a zero coupon bond. So I'll issue a zero coupon bond, get your money, invest it, finish the project, and the project will give me a cash flow. When I'm getting the cash flow, I will pay all your the dues. When I'm redeeming, I will redeem not at the issue price. I'll redeem at the par value. So naturally, the difference between issue price and par value will be your interest. So zero coupon bond will come with that kind of model. And deep discount bond, the model is longer period. So it is the, what do you call it, as short term, medium term, and long term. So generally, deep discount bond means long term. But zero coupon bond need not be long term. Okay. But please understand, deep discount bond is also a zero coupon bond. So that is where you need to be very clear about. So the only difference is deep discount bond is also a zero coupon bond. Zero coupon bond is not a deep discount bond. Zero coupon bond is issued for a purpose. What is a purpose? When coupon cannot be paid because of the project cash flows are like that. There won't be any periodical cash flows. So then naturally, why will I go for a normal term loan? I'll only issue a zero coupon bond. So that is the idea. Now, how do you actually, will a zero coupon bond will be tradable? That is the next one. Yes, it is tradable. How can you make it tradable? By issuing a strip bond. By issuing a strip bond. Now, what is called a strip bond? An investor who buys a separated principal from the bond is known as a residue, who receives an amount equal to the face value of the bond when it matures. Now, please understand this. Okay. Now, sometimes what will happen, the coupons and residue are sold separately to investors. So, 100 rupees is the bond value. The residue and the coupon. Residue is the principal. So I have issued at 70 rupees. Coupon is 30. So 70 plus 30 is 100. So 70 I have issued. Those who want, they can sell the 70 and take money from market. Those who want, they can sell the coupon separately in the market, and they have to wait till the maturity and get the 30 rupees. So they need not keep both 100 rupees as one package. So coupon can be sold separately, residue can be sold separately. Please be careful with this. So please look at this question. An investor who buys a separated principal from the bond, separated principal from the bond is known as residue, 33B. Okay. Please be careful. So unless and otherwise you understand what is deep discount bond, zero coupon bonds, strips, residue, coupon, you can actually answer this. Strips is actually a concept which was brought by Reserve Bank of India. Strips stands for separated trading of registered interest and principal securities. So please look at this. Strips, bonds in India.
Sir, a query.
Who is that?
Rajesh. Sir,
Yes,
a query.
yes, please.
Sir, just want to know what is the interest of buyer to purchase only the principal value of the bond, residue value, because he is not getting.
He is not interested in that. He will be interested in both principal plus interest only. But as a issuer company, I am giving him an option, because can he exit in between? He can't exit. How will he get money? I will only pay him both the principal and interest. He has to wait till 5 years. Only when my project is over and I get my money, I can pay him. In between, I can't pay him. So to give him the liquidity benefit, I will issue as a strip, for which I have to go to Reserve Bank of India and get the approval. Then only I can issue as a strip. So stripping, please look at this. RBI issues guidelines for strips in government securities. Please read this. This is a very important guideline issued by Reserve Bank of India. So stripping is the process of converting GSEC, on which interest is paid periodically, into tradable zero coupon securities. After stripping, these can be traded in the market at a discount and redeemed at face value. So this is what it is, and Reserve Bank of India regulates it. Okay, please look at this. So RBI issues guidelines for strips in GSEC. Okay. So that's what it is. So this is to woo the investor. Okay, no, I have to wait, because that becomes a lock-in period. The entire money gets locked. No, so therefore people may not interest. People will not show interest in investing. So Reserve Bank of India came with a model called strips. Okay, don't worry. You keep the interest alone, sell the principal, take your money, like that model. Or you want to sell interest, take your money partly. Whatever you want to do it. So that's the model. It's very interesting. So that is 33. Now, please look at this. This is called a spread matrix. I repeat, it's called a spread matrix. And the spread matrix is, please look at this. Look at this. The valuation of pass-through certificate should be done using the spread matrix applicable for NBFC category. Okay. So look at this. The methodology used for arriving at corporate bond spread matrix is as under. So, please look at this para. This para is very important. May I request Rajesh Jain? Yes. Can you read this para?
Sure, sir. FIMDA spreads matrix is to be used for valuation of bonds which have not been traded in the market. The spread must be added to the base yields corresponding to the residual maturity and not the original maturity. The rated bonds are to be valued by adding the credit spread to the par/base yield curve. The par/base yield curve starts from 3 months tenure. For valuation of security with maturity less than 3 months, the yield for 3 months tenure should be considered. Yield for intermediate tenures for each curve may be arrived at by linear interpolation.
This line is very important. The spreads must be added to the base yield corresponding to the residual maturity and not the original maturity. Okay. Good. Now let me ask one question. So FIMDA spread matrix is to be used for valuation of bonds which are not traded in the market. The spreads must be added to the base yield or subtracted to the base yield corresponding to the residual maturity and not the original maturity. So which is the right one? So the spread added to the base yield. Okay. So it must be added. So 34A. And this is a spread matrix screen. Okay. Between the call and put spread, okay, or the interest rate spread. Now, let me take you to the next one. Interest rate cap and floor. Now, please look at this diagram. Now, I am a financial institution. I have lent money to retail market, thousands of customers. Now, as the interest rates are falling down, what will happen? My revenues will come down. So how do I protect my revenue? So I'll have a floor contract. I'll take a floor contract. So if the interest rate goes below 5%, for example, the interest rate is 4%, the difference between 4 and 5 will be compensated by the financial institution with whom I've entered into a floor contract, because 4 will be paid by the customer. Between 4 and 5, 1% will be paid by the respective finance institution. But upfront, for entering into a floor contract, I have to pay an upfront premium or an upfront payment. So thereby my revenue of 5% is assured. The same is ulta with respect to borrowing. So I have borrowed, and it is a big ticket borrowing, 1,500 crores I have borrowed, and it is at a floating rate. And as the interest rate goes up, I will be bankrupt. So what I do, I will enter into a what do you call it as a cap contract. So which is at 8%. So which is ceiling. The cap is the ceiling. So topi cap, the ceiling. So if the rate of interest goes to 9, I have to pay 9. But that 1% will be reimbursed to me by the respective financial institution. So here also 1% will be received. There also 1% I will receive. Please note down. Please note down. Here also 1% I will receive. So thereby originally I received 4 from customer, 1 I will receive from financial institution. So total 5%. Here 9 I have paid, 1 I will receive from the financial institution. So 9 minus 1, my net cost becomes 8. So in both floor contract and cap contract, the gap is actually received by me. So please look at the definition. In an interest rate cap contract, it is an interest rate derivative in which the borrower receives payment at the end of the period. Interest rate floor contract is a derivative in which the buyer, that is the lender, again receives payments at the end of the period. So both are received only. Please be careful. Okay. So don't say that no, one will be received, one will be paid. No, like it is not like that. So now please look at this question, very interesting question. So what is interest rate cap, interest rate floor, interest rate collar, interest rate swap? Okay. So which is a derivative contract in which the buyer receives payment at the end of the period in which the interest rate is below the agreed strike price. Below the agreed strike price. So below the agreed strike price I receive means it is a floor contract. It is a floor contract. Now please look at the buyer receives payments. Okay, the lender receives payments. So it is called a floor contract. So you have to be very, very careful. You have to appreciate what the English is, and then you have to select it. So that is why I've given this diagram. So 35B. So please be careful. Good. Next one. Sovereign bonds. There will be a question on sovereign bonds. Sovereign bonds, staggered bonds, junk bonds, income bonds.
Ask a query.
Who is this?
Rajesh Jain.
Rajesh Jain. Yes.
Sir, you have told about the cap contract and floor contract.
Yes.
If I talk about floor contract, I will be entering into contract with a company that if the rate goes beyond a certain limit, I will be getting the money difference from that institution.
Yes.
If there happen to be any increase in rate of interest, whether I will be continuing this floor contract.
Yeah. So then you are actually assured of 5%. If the rate of interest goes up, you are getting that income from the customer itself. So you are actually assured of 5 or above 5. So what is the actual rate? But when it goes below 5, for example, if it is 4.5%, so 4.5 you will receive from your customer because you have lent to him, so he will pay 4.5 interest. but you need 5% to run your show. So that 0.5% will be reimbursed by or will be paid by the financial institution with whom the floor contract is entered. So floor is a interest rate floor is a contract with the financial institution for which you pay an upfront fee.
And if there happen to be higher interest, I will be paying the difference to the lending the
No, you will not pay. So that is why this is called as, it is like an insurance contract.
Okay.
This is like an insurance. So if it goes below 5, you are protected 5. If it is goes above 5, you are happy. You need not pay anybody. You are getting more than 5. Similarly, if the interest, if it is a borrowing, if the rate of interest is below 8, you are benefited. But if the rate of interest is above 8, you have to pay more interest.
Protected.
That is why the gap will be, you will be reimbursed. So if it is 9.5, 1.5%, you will be reimbursed. Good. Now, sovereign bonds. Now, sovereign bonds are issued by government, especially central government or state government. Generally, with the promise to pay periodic interest payments, that is called a coupon payment, and to repay at the maturity date. So, generally, it is called as a sovereign bonds. So, that's called a government bond. So, try to actually appreciate all types of bonds, various bonds. Okay. So sometimes you have an agency bond. Agency bond is an agent of a government. They will issue bonds. For example, National Highway Authority of India bond, NHAI bond, REC bonds. Is it sovereign bond? It is not a sovereign bond. It is an agency bond. Because National Highway Authority of India is a statutory body. Rural Electrification Corporation is a statutory. It is an agency of Government of India. It is maybe by a GST Act, it is called as a governmental entity. It is not government. It is a governmental entity. It is an agency. So that's why it's called agency bond. REC bond, NEC bond, NHA bond, REC bond, agency bonds. So which is a bond issued by a government, generally the promise to pay interest payments called coupon payments and to repay the face value. It is called sovereign bond, 36C. Okay. Now we have a question 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay. So let's do this one by one. So hope all of you are ready with questions. I'll just open this. Okay, so let me do the first question, guys. The 40th question, I'll finish it. Remember that you have a formula for DLOC, DLOM, total discount. Okay, so please remember this. So what is your DLOC? This is your formula for DLOC. 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus control premium. 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus CP. CP means control premium. Okay. So 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus control premium. Okay. 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus control premium. This is within one bracket. Yeah. Now DLOM. So I'll just show you one. This is DLOM formula. So I think it is visible to all of you. Yes. This is DLOM formula. So 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus R whole power n. And what is capital R? Capital R is your standard deviation of the portfolio divided by standard deviation of the market minus beta into the market risk premium. So that is called R, and which is a measure of incremental risk. So I will just type this here. 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus R whole power n. Okay. So close the bracket. So now what is R? R is equal to the market risk premium. Okay. The market, what is your market risk premium? RM minus R, the risk-free rate. So RM minus risk-free rate. So this is your market risk premium into your standard deviation of your portfolio, that is your asset, standard deviation of your portfolio divided by standard deviation of your market. Okay, minus your beta, minus your beta. So this will be one bracket. So standard deviation of portfolio minus standard deviation of market minus beta. So maybe if you want to see that as a formula, you can look at this formula. So standard deviation of portfolio divided by standard deviation of market minus beta into market risk premium. So this is a measure of incremental risk. Please note down this. This is an exam question where R is the product of the market risk premium multiplied by the difference between assets beta and the ratio of standard deviation of the return of for the market and the market, a measure of incremental risk. So this is a measure of incremental. You will get options like this. DLOM is a measure of A, incremental risk, B, interest risk, C, market risk, D, they will give maybe business risk. So generally everybody will pick only market risk, which is wrong. Okay, please note down this question, exam question. Okay. Now what is your total discount? Your total discount is 1 minus, okay, 1 minus DLOM, discount for lack of marketability, into 1 minus DLOC. Okay, so that is 1 minus DLOC into 1 minus DLOM. Okay, so this is your total discount. Now let us do a question. If control premium is 30% and DLOM is 15%, what is DLOC and total discount? So control premium is 30%. CP is 30%. Okay, and DLOM is 15%. So now DLOM we have got it directly as given. Sometimes maybe we have to give this formula to actually compute it. He has actually given. So now we have to find total DLOC and total discount. Now what is DLOC? It is 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus CP. Now let us find what is 1 plus control premium. So 1 plus control premium 1.3. So and what is DLOC? So your DLOC is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus control premium. Okay. So 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus control premium. So this is your DLOC. So 23% or 23.08. So this is DLOC. Now what is your total discount? Your total discount is equal to 1 minus DLOM, which is 15%, into 1 minus DLOC, which is 23.08%. So which is 34.62. It is 34.62. So what is your answer? I'm sorry. DLOC is 23.08, and total discount is 34.62. So answer is 40D. Good. So that is your question number 40. Now let me take you to question number 24. Okay, so I'll come to 37, 38 and 39 a little later. Okay, not now. I'll complete the other questions. So let me take you to 24, 25, 26, 27 and all. Now let me do 27. Okay. You can try this 24, 25 and 26 as an exercise. Let me try 27. Okay. Good. So now please look at this question. We need to find YTM, we need to find duration, we'll find modified duration, we'll also find the YTC. Okay, and also we'll also understand how to draw the yield curve. So I will do all the 5 in this question. So once I do all this 5, you will be in a position to do all these 3 questions. 24 you have to find YTM, duration, modified duration. 25 you have to find the yield curve. 26 you have to compute the YTC, which is for 2 types of bond, A and B, same type. Okay, so it is a repeat question. So 27 if I complete, 24, 25, 26 is 2 questions, 2 separate bonds. You can try that. The yield curve will be different. So I will do the yield curve for this. You can do the other one. Only the number will be different. If I do the modeling, even you can fix the number here, you will get the entire answer. Now here, face value is how much? 100 rupees. Issue price. Issue price is actually called the value of the bond. It is 92. So I am issuing at a discount of 8 rupees. Coupon is 11. Coupon is 11%. Okay. Tenor is 9 years. So 9 years. Good. Redemption price is 112. So redemption 112. What is the YTM, duration, modified duration, YTC? These are the 4 questions plus yield curve. All the 5 I will do. Okay. So 27A, 27B, C and D and yield curve. Extra yield curve also I will do. Okay. So now the year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is your year. So what is your cash flow? Your cash flow is 11% of 100, which is 11 rupees will be your coupon, otherwise called interest. And at the end of 11th year, you get 112 rupees. So you will get how much money if you invest today? If you invest today 92, you are going to get 211. Okay. So you will get 211 after 9 years. Okay. And every year you will get 11 rupees and 112 rupees at the end. So now what is the question? You have to find YTM. So what is the yield? You invest 92, you get 211. So naturally there is a return is there. There is a return on investment. So there is an IRR is there. You have to find IRR. And IRR is called yield to maturity. To maturity, till maturity, what is your return? Okay, so that is your return on investment. It is not 11% for your kind information because you invest 92, you get 112. So you get an additional 20 rupees here. Okay, so 20 rupees you get over a period of 9 years. So therefore, that return also you must add to 11%. So your return will be more than 11. So let us see what is that return. Maybe let me try for 10%. I'll do the PV factor for 10%. So this is your PV factor for 10%. I'll freeze 10%. And let me find the present value. This is the present value. So multiply 11 into this. So this is your present value, guys. So what is your total? 110.85. So let your yield be, what is your value of bond? Present value of bond. If your yield is 0%, if your yield is 0%, the value of the bond is, I'm sorry, 211. If it is 5%, the value of the bond is 150 rupees 0.38. If it is 10%, the value of the bond is 110.85. So now, please look at this. As the rate of interest goes up, value of the bond will come down. Now, please answer question number 21. As the rate and bond prices are going in a swing, please look here. Okay, rate and bond price. So they are going in opposite direction. They move in the same direction? No. They move in opposite direction? Yes. So answer is 21B. Okay, good. Now, for what? For 20%, please look here. For 20%, I am getting 66.05. Naturally, my investment is 92. For 92, the return will be, yield will be between 10 and 20. So what I will do? I will go by goal seek. So hit 92 here by changing the rate of interest. So now what is your yield? Please look here at the yield. It is 13.3461. So 13.3461%. So 13.65%. So at 13.3461%, the present value of the bond is 92. So what is your YTM? So this is your YTM. So this is your answer, green color. So what is your answer? Answer for 27A. 27A is 34.35. 34.35. So 27A is B. Small b. So this is your answer for 27 capital A. Now this is your YTM. Now your yield you can also calculate using a function also you can calculate. Okay, so how will you do that? Using a function you can, how do you calculate it? I need a settlement date. I also need a redemption date. For example, what is today's date? Today's date is actually 29 August 2020. Now, when will you redeem? 9 years. So 29 August 2029. Sorry, 2029. 29 August 2029. So this is the redemption date. Now, how do you find your yield using your yield function? You can also do it using yield function. This is your settlement date. So this is your maturity date. This is your maturity. So what is your rate? 11%. What is your price? Price is 92. Redemption is on 29. Frequency is annual. I'm sorry. I think I made a mistake. So this is settlement. This is maturity. Rate is 11%. Price is actually 92. Redemption is 112. Frequency is actually 1. So now you have got the yield. The same answer. Please look at the answer. The same 13.3461. So either you can do it using a calculation or you can use a function also. So this is a green color. Okay. Check. Now for your kind information, what is your next question? Duration of the bond. Duration is otherwise called as your payback period. So within how many years you will get your money back? You invest 92, but you get 211. So naturally, payback period is not 9 years, it is less than 9 years. So how do you get this? You take the percentage of present value. You get 9.7 out of 92 invested in first year itself. So that means you get the 10.55% of your investment in first year itself. Similarly, you try for the other years. So this is what you get. So you get your 100% money invested over a period of 9 years like this. So what I will do, I will multiply your percentage into year. That is the time. This is called the weighted average. The weighted average. So year into percentage. So this will get the weighted average time. Okay. So now take the total. This is your duration. So what is your duration? 6.08 years. I repeat, 6.08 years. So that is your duration. 6.08 years. Now I'll give you an example how this works. For example, all of you would have played seesaw. Okay. Say this is seesaw. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is seesaw. Okay. In the seesaw, children are playing. So how the children are playing? Child 1, child 2, child 3, child 4, child 5, child 6, child 7, child 8, child 9. They are sitting like this. And what is the weight of each child? 11 kilo. Each of the child is weighing 11 kilo. Wow. And I am also sitting by carrying one child in one corner of the seesaw. And what is my weight? My weight is 112. So 123 kilos at one corner. Now, if I keep the fulcrum at the middle, all of you know in physics what is fulcrum means. If I keep the fulcrum in the middle, the seesaw will go this side. So what I should do, I must shift the fulcrum to the right side. So I'll keep the fulcrum here. That is 6.08. Somewhere here I'll keep the fulcrum. Then the entire seesaw will be straight. So that is why, that is the period we call it as duration. So in simple terms. So please look here, duration and seesaw. Imagine a seesaw with several one-off for each cash flow buckets that are height of nominal cash flows. The buckets are filled with water or children, okay, to a level that represents the present value of the cash flows. Duration is the location of the fulcrum that results in a balanced seesaw. And technically, you can call this as a discounted payback period. Okay. So that's your duration, guys. So in this question, this is my answer for 27B. So where is 27B? 27B is actually 6.08. So C is the answer, 6.08. Now I'll go for modified duration. Remember guys, modified duration is the relationship between the yield and the present value of the bond. Now for 5% increase, there is a 40 rupees decrease in price. 5% increase, 40 rupees decrease. So what is the sensitivity? What is the sensitivity? That means for every 1%, 40 divided by 5, you get 8 times. So that means the modified duration will be 8. Meaning for every 1% change, there will be 8% change in your valuation of the bond. So how do you find that modified duration? Remember guys, modified duration is equal to duration divided by 1 plus YTM yield. So modified duration is equal to, what is your YTM? YTM is 13.3461 divided by, sorry, this is duration. Duration is 6.08 divided by 1 plus YTM. What is yield? 1 plus yield is 13.346. 5.36 times. 5.36 times is your answer. So I'll make this green color. This is second answer. This is third answer. So this is your answer for 27C. 5.36. 5.36 or 5.37. Okay, 5.36 or 5.3. So this is your modified duration. So 27CB. Okay, good. So now what is meant by modified duration? As I told you, there is for every 1% change in your yield, there will be 5.36% change in your value of your bond. Okay. So now I will do one question on this. I will come to 27D a little later, but let me do a question on modified duration. Please look at this question, modified duration. There is a 1 basis point decrease in yield on a bond with a duration of 10 years and a yield to maturity of 11% produces a change in the price of a 100 rupee face value bond from rupees 90 to what? That is what the question is. So let me do that question here. This is 30. Yeah. So now he says duration is 10 years. So duration is 10 years. And what is your YDM? YDM is 11%. Now what is your modified duration? Your modified duration is equal to duration divided by 1 plus duration divided by 1 plus YDM. So therefore, your modified duration is equal to duration divided by 1 plus yield. Yield is 11%. So 9.009 times. 9.009 times. So what do you mean by this? For every 1% increase in yield, there will be a 9.009% decrease in price. Or for every 1% decrease in yield, there will be 9.009 increase in price. 9.009% increase in price or value of the bond. So how do you then answer this question? There is a 1 basis point decrease in yield. So if there is a decrease in yield, there will be an increase in price. So what is your original price? 90 rupees. So what is your value of the bond? Value of the bond is 90. So from 90 it will go up. Now please look at this. 100 basis points means 1%. 50 basis points means 0.5. 1 basis points means 1 divided by 100. Okay. 1 divided by 100%. So 0.01%. Please be very careful. Please be very careful. So 1 basis point means it is not 1%, it is 0.01%. Okay. So now, how do we do this? So now what is your revised price? Your revised price is, now there is a question is 1 basis point decrease in yield. So if there is a yield decreases, price will go up. Price will go up. So your existing price into 1 plus, okay. So this is your modified duration for every 1%. For every 1%. Now here, how many percent it changes? 0.01. So into 0.0. So I'll put this in bracket. So this is your price. So 90.08 is your answer. So this is your original price. So this is your revised price. So this is your answer for 30. 90.08. 90.09. Okay. So answer for question number 30 is B. Okay. So please remember, from modified duration, I don't do all this Jamela. This will be a 1 mark question. Please remember. And this is a definite 1 mark question. Now, instead of this, if it is a 50 basis point, this is for 1 basis point. Okay. If it is 50 basis point, how it will be revised price? Same. 90 into 1 plus 9.09 into 0.5. So it is 94.5. Now, what will, if there is a, this is actually decrease in yield. Therefore, it is increase in price. If there is an increase in yield, there will be a decrease in price. So the same question, if these are 1 basis point decrease in yield, this is increase in yield. This is also decreasing. Now the same two, I will do increase in yield. So then what will happen? If there is an increase in yield, price will decrease. So what will happen? The revised price. The same answer, 90 into 1. I will not put plus, I will put minus. Minus this into 0.0. So it is 89.92. Similarly, please look at this. Price into 1 minus 9.09 into 1%. Sorry, 50%. So my price is 85.95. So as 50 basis point increase in yield, price will go down. As 50 basis point decrease in yield, price goes up. From 90, it has become price like this. Please be careful. This is a 1 mark question. So now let me take you to the next part, 27B, yield to call. Yield to call. Now, what is yield to call? If the call option is with the issuer, the bond has a lock-in period of 4 years and called at the end of 5th year, not called at the end of, it is not redeemed at 9th year, it is redeemed at 5th year. So then what I will do, 5 years I will take. At the end of 5th year, I redeem plus 112. Plus 100. So now, if I find the yield to maturity for this, that is yield to maturity is called yield to call. This is called yield to call. Yield to call is yield to maturity only at the end of 5th year. Now, will that yield to maturity will be same as 13.3461 or lesser than 13.3461 or greater than 13.3461? Which is correct? Now I'm going to find a yield for 5 years. What is the total? I'm going to get a return of 167 instead of 211. Now please tell me, guys, all of you, I want answer here. Please type your answer. If I find the YTM now, will it be equal to 13.34 or will it be greater than 13.34 or will it be lesser than 13.34? Please tell me what is the answer. Jacob Oman. Yes, Mr. Jacob. Yes, Preeti. Will the price, will the YTM, will the 5-year YTM will be equal to 13 point, what happened to Preeti?
Sir, I'm here, sir. There is just too much disturbance in the background. That's why. Sunday with kids, sir.
Oh, very good. Okay.
sorry.
Now what will happen? YTM, will it be equal to 13.35 or lesser than 13.35, greater than 13.35?
Sir, I have no idea.
What number you give me? Or you can even ask your kid to give some answer.
They will give, I think.
So,
sir, I don't know, sir.
yeah, okay. Let us work out. Let us work out. Okay. So I'll work out for 10%. So I'm working out for 10%. I'll freeze this. So present value. So this into 90. So what's the total? Yes. So now what I will do, I will change this to 92. If this is 92, then what will be the rate of? So rate of return is 15.1699 or 15.17. This is called yield to call. So yield to call is 15.17%. So this is your answer for 27D. 15.17. So B. Now, how to find a yield curve? How to find it? There are various types of yield curve like this. How to find a yield curve? So what I will do, this is here. So now your redemption date.
Sir, I have a question here.
Yes, anybody?
Sir, instead of doing all these calculations, all we do is we calculate the NPV and then goal seek back to 92. Isn't that the same way to do it?
Which one?
Instead of getting this 15.17 by doing all these formulas, I just calculate NPV with the rate of return and keep manipulating the return or go backward and do the goal seek. I got the same answer, 92.
Yeah, you can do that. You can use IRR, you can use NPV, you can use goal seek, all you can use yield, all will give the same answer.
Okay, I found that
all
easier.
will give the same answers.
I found that easier. Okay, thank you.
Right. You can try. You have to explore in Excel many things. Okay, right. All four will give the same answer. Okay, so now let me do the redemption. Today's it is 29/8/2021. 29/8/2022. So like that, if I have the redemption date still 9 years. Yes. So now what is your yield? Your yield is your settlement date, comma, maturity date, comma, rate is 11%, price is 92, redemption is 112, frequency 1 year. So this is your yield. So now what I will do, I'll freeze all except this. That's it. So now let me find the yield. So now this is what you got the yield, guys. So you got the say 5th year, you got 15.17 already. Similar 9th year, you got 13.35, you already got it. So this is your yield for every year. Now this is what I will do. I will do it as a table. Insert. Yeah, so this is your yield chart. Yes. This is a downward curve. Please look at this downward curve. This is your downward curve. Okay. This is a normal yield curve. This is an inverted yield curve. And you can try this yield curve with respect to the other two questions. One of the question will be an upward. Okay. So it will go. That is a normal yield curve. It's a downward yield curve, otherwise called a inverted yield curve. So you can try this aram se at your end. Okay. So that is your question number 27. Question number 24, 25, 26, you are going to do it. 28, I'm going to explain this because yield curve, on what basis you did? Yield curve is equal to the effective duration. Effective duration is the sensitivity of the bond price to a change in benchmark yield curve. Therefore, effective duration yield curve is the alternative name for it. Okay. So please note down for 28 answer is A. Good. Now let's move to do question number 18, 19 and 20, which is the theory question based on all this. Please look at this. If the coupon rate of a bond is dash yield to maturity, the price of the bond should be below par. Now look at this question what we did. Here, what is coupon? Here the coupon is 11%. So what is your yield? Yield is 13.35%. So now look at this. If the coupon is 11%, the yield to maturity, if the coupon rate of the bond is, here the coupon is lesser than yield. Coupon is 11, yield is 13.35. So if the coupon rate is lesser than the yield, the price of the bond should be above par or below par. So what is the price of the, it is 92, it is below par. So please read this question. If the coupon is below yield, coupon is below the yield, price of the bond should be below the par. Okay. Price is 92 below par. Coupon is below yield. So answer is below and below. It can be above and above also. So this particular question alone, you have two answers, C as well as D. So it can be either C or D. Please be careful. That is why attention, please, I go. Now, if this kind of question is coming, I am sure either they have to give credit for both the answers, or answers they have to give a different other option. So I am just intentionally giving you this particular question for you to actually appreciate the fundamental concept between the coupon, yield and price. Please be very careful. Okay. Now, if YTM increases, please look here. If yield increases, price will decrease. So present value of cash flow goes down. Okay. So 19A. Then, if yield decreases from 8 to 7, yield is reduced. So return is reduced. If return is reduced, payback period will go up. Duration will go up. So duration increases. 20A. That is what is given here. If yield decreases, duration will increase. So this one diagram is sufficient for you to answer all these questions. Very important concept. Okay. So 20. So 24, 25 and 26 is an exercise for you. 27 I did. Then 30 I did. Now 31 I will do. So what is 30? Before 31, I will do this particular question, guys. Please look at this question. This is a very important question. Based on the credit rating of the bonds, Mr. D has decided to apply the following discount rates for valuing bonds. So I will do this 37, 38 and 39. Very important question. Please look at this. Based on the credit rating of the bonds, Mr. D has decided to apply the following discount rates for valuing bonds. Credit rating AAA, 364-day T-rate bill plus 3% spread. AA rating, AAA rating plus 2% spread. A rating, AAA rating plus 3% spread. He is considering investing in a AA rated bond, 1000 face value, bond currently selling at 1025.68. The bond has 5 years to maturity and the coupon rate is 15% per annum payable annually. The next interest rate is due 1 year from today and the bond is redeemable at par. Assuming the 364 bill is 9%. So 9% plus 3 is 12. AA rating is 12 plus 2 is 14%. Okay. You are required to answer the following question. So he is considering investing in a AA rated bond. So 364 days is 9%. So 9 plus 3 is 12. AA rating is AAA rating. So that is 12% plus 2. 14% will be the discount rate. So D has decided to apply the discount rate for valuing bond. Now how to find the value of the bond? Find the value of the bond. How to find the value of the bond? So our question is 37. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So what is your cash flow? Your cash flow is 15% is your coupon rate. So 15% of 1000 is 150. Yeah. And the bond phase currently selling. Bond has 5 years to maturity payable. Okay. So the next interest payment is due from 1 year and the bond is redeemable at par. Bond is redeemable at par. So at par is 1000 rupees. So this is plus 1000. Good. So now what is your intrinsic value or fair value or value of the bond? Decided to apply the discount rate, that is 14%. You apply 14% and find what is your fair value of the bond, other is the intrinsic value of the bond. So 1 divided by 1 plus R whole power n. So freeze this. So what's your present value? Your present value is, this is your present value. So sum is what? 134. So guys, it is 1034.33. 1034.33. So 37D. 37D is your answer. Now, what is the current yield? Please look at this current yield. Okay. Now, please be careful. The same question, don't calculate YTM because you are investing how much? 1025.68 you are investing. With the same question, you try to work out reverse for 1025.68. What is your yield? That will be different. That is called YTM. So YTM is different. Current yield is different. Please be careful. This particular question, this is a very, very interesting question. I will do both. Now, what is your fair value? Fair value of the question is 1034.33. So this is your fair value of the bond. Now, I will change this to 1025.68. So what I will do, this is 1025.68. What is your yield? Your yield is actually not 14, it will be greater than 14. Please look here, it will be 14.2475. 14.2475. So this is your YDM. So please be careful. In this question, 14.25 is there. Please see. But 14.25 is not answer because 14.25 is YDM. But what is current yield? All of you know what is current yield. Your current return divided by investment or value of the bond or investment, whatever you put your investment. So what is your investment? Your investment in your question is 1025.68. What is your return? The next interest payment is due 1 year from today. 1 year from today means 150 rupees. You will receive only 1 year from today. So 150 rupees you will get by investing 1025.68. That's all. This is current yield. So 14.62% is your current yield. So you have to be very careful. Don't select YTM. So 14.62 is actually 38B. Now please answer this next question. Should Mr. D invest in the bond? Yes, because my current market price is less than fair value. Current market price is 1025, lesser than fair value. What is fair value? 1034. That is correct actually. Current market price is lesser than fair value. Yes, current market price is more than fair. More than fair value is not correct. Current market price is less than fair value. So answer is A. So 39A. Okay. Cannot be decided. No is not the answer. Okay. So please be careful with such kind of questions. So guys, we have reached our time. So before I close, may I request Harsh Dalal.
Yes, sir.
To share your maybe your comments, your views, your understanding about the 2 + 2 4 hours.
It was interesting, but
Yes, but is what I want to hear.
Yeah, I think it is going to be a very long road, at least for me to master these topics. So a lot of effort, hard work is going to be needed in the next few days. Let's see. But you were very lucid and clear explaining the topics. So thank you for that.
So nice. Yes, Mr. Subbu.
Yes, sir. It was very nice, but as Arsh also said, few things were going above the head. So we should brush up the whatever you thought to be well prepared for the exams.
Very good. So how about Rajesh ji?
Good afternoon. Sir, actually you have made us aware of where we are lacking. Actually, it is something which we have just forgot for long.
This carries a lot of mark because as I told you 7 + 6, 13 marks for bond, 7 + 6, 13 marks for option. So 13 + 13, 26 plus intangible assets 7, 33 marks.
Definitely.
So it is a major chunk. 33 out of 100 is major. You have to work. So Rohit ji.
No, it just needed, last class I did, it just needs to get your fundamentals right. I think if one reads the subject and he has handled it, your analysis is good. So for instance, you did whatever you did, but I used different formulas and I probably reached there. Only you were pretty little fast. I mean, you move like a rocket. So you rock, sir.
So nice of you. And Jacob ji, what happened?
I need to practice a lot. I need to practice a lot.
Very good. Because this is
your classes were very nice.
High scoring area. I have just given you, and many of the questions what I have discussed are exam questions. So you don't ask me which is exam questions. You please discuss with some of the participants. You will know those who have attempted. So they would have. They will actually vouch that many of these are close to exam questions. So
I have a suggestion. For my mates is that you just need to attend his session in any other group again once more, and you'll get it.
So nice. Thank you very much, Ji. And all of you, I am sure, please have a very good sumptuous lunch. And because afternoon is going to be another lullaby session, morning lullaby and evening also. So enjoy your afternoon session also. Thank you very much.